How does Amazon fit into the nitrate problem?
Yeah. So it's a little bit, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the most intuitive thing, right? Uh, Amazon is not a farm. They don't grow crops, God forbid, anyway. And so, how do they figure into a situation where fertilizer and food processing wastewater is the major source of our problem? Well, in this same area, you know how sacrifice zones tend to compound on themselves, right? First, you get the industrial scale ag, then you get 4 of the 5 dirtiest power plants. The latest iteration of the sacrifice in the lower Umatilla Basin is a massive build out in data center campuses. To date, if my count is correct, we have 19 hyperscale data center campuses either already built, under construction, or in the permitting process in this very small region. Each of those uses massive amounts of water, energy, and diesel as backup power. Now, the water is the key piece of this. If those data centers pull in contaminated water and cycle it through their data center as a way of cooling those servers, as all of these data centers do, then they lose a lot of that water to evaporation. Now imagine if you ever made Jello or simple syrup on your stovetop. You start with water and sugar, you boil off some of the water, and it increases the concentration of the sugar. The same thing happens with the nitrate. If you start with nitrate contaminated water, boil off some of that water, the water coming out on the other side is a much higher concentration. And we've seen that. There's data I can point to showing that some of these campuses pull in water, and when it leaves, it's 8 times more contaminated than when it came in. A lot of that water then goes into wastewater systems that get dumped on farmland as a means of reuse and disposal. So it's taking nitrate and putting it back into the same system where it's already being overloaded. So they're not adding nitrate, but they're exacerbating the existing issue.
So where this is happening, and I think it's Morrow County, there's a long-standing system of taking wastewater, which has nitrate contamination, and then using it to fertilize land. And a lot of people are concerned, and I think they would say have proven that contaminates the aquifer, which brings us back to the original problem of nitrates in people's drinking water when they draw it from the well. Am I correct in that?